I was busy going from the two into the one, from, you could say, dualism into non-dualism, from the multiplicity into the unity. All of yogic techniques are designed for that purpose. Yoga means union. And I could huff and puff in pranayama and control my breath to go into a trance state. And in that trance state, all of Dick Alpert just had gone completely. But I always came down again. And down had a pejorative connotation for me. I kept wanting to get high. I didn't want to come down. And as you know, I had years of attempting, along with my friend Ralph Metzner and Tim Leary and others, at better living through chemistry. But I indeed did keep coming down. And even with yogic techniques I did. Now, in the course of the years, I've developed a lot of very strange friends. And one of them is a being named Emmanuel. And Emmanuel is interesting because Emmanuel doesn't have a body. He's a being on another plane, and he speaks through a woman named Pat Rodegast. And I know some of you here have a difficult time accepting my friend Emmanuel. I mean, you'd accept any of my other friends, but somehow you say you have no prejudices about color, sex, religion. But bodies, somehow, if somebody doesn't have a body, you immediately don't know that you want to accept them. But I figure that's your problem, because he's my friend. And the way I figure it is I'll take my teachings anywhere I can get them. Okay? I don't care whether you got a body or which kind it is. If you got a teaching, I want it. And Emmanuel had a good teaching. Let me read you one of the things he said to me. He said, "You're here because you chose to be here, because this is a learning place. Each lifetime is a wonderful opportunity to expand your consciousness and to move closer, ever closer to your oneness with God. This happens in very small stages. First, oneness with self, oneness with your human community, then oneness with God. It cannot be done in one blinding flash. It would be too incomprehensible, too confusing. So be patient. When we choose to come back, we construct an embryo to hold within us the areas of distortion that we need to work on. Then we choose our infinite environment to act as a catalyst to bring out these areas. So you were where you needed to be as a very small child. So accept the distortions in you, because when you accept them, you can transform them. That's what life is about. You're here to find these areas of imperfection, to understand them, to love them, and to educate them into reality, which is truth, light, love. If in the transitional period you find things in yourself that are not perfect, don't blame yourself. Celebrate. So in effect, what Emmanuel said to me when I said to him, "Emmanuel, what work do I have to do now?" He said, "Ramdas, you're in a school. Why don't you try taking the curriculum?" He said, "You took a human birth. You're so busy being holy. Why don't you try being human?" Funny, I'd never thought of that. Isn't that far out? Because somehow being human was less than perfect. Even though I intellectually knew that form is no other than formless and formless is no other than form, and I knew that the manifestation was God made manifest, everything was perfect out there except me. But original sin was going to have a last stronghold right here. So I said, okay, Emmanuel, here I go. I decided to just go and be human. Now, I'd already figured this out, really. I remember being drunk with Alan Watts in a Benedictine monastery one night, if you can handle that image, and Alan said, you know, the trouble with you, Dick, and you know you're going to get real truth at a moment like that. It's like 3 in the morning. Is you're too attached to emptiness. So with Alan and Emmanuel looking over my shoulder, I had already figured out that as long as I pushed anything in the universe away, I wasn't going to be free. And I saw that the game wasn't getting high, the game was being free. And that free included the highs and the lows. Free included it all and everything, as Gurdjieff said. Not, this is all God except that. You just can't get stuck in those places. It's not good enough. That lovely line of G. Manly Hall, he who knows not that the Prince of Darkness is but the other face of the King of Light, knows not me, says God. And if you're going to aim towards one, you can't get stuck along the way at two. Emmanuel said, if you want to be free, you're going to have to embrace original sin. You're going to have to incorporate the darkness into your light. Now, because I had sort of steeped myself in a Hindu tradition of renunciation, which could produce liberated beings, but more often produces horny celibates. I'm going to get in trouble at some level for this kind of stuff. I got to watch out. I found that when in so many years, I had pushed away so much part of my personality because I just kept denigrating the personality and saying, look, it's all, I called it body and fender repair work therapy. And I just had this feeling that somehow I looked and I said, in those days I said, look at all the great saints, they're all as neurotic as anybody else. It's just that it's kind of irrelevant. And so you don't have to change your neuroses, you just stop identifying with them. And you just make friends with them and they come by for tea. Because I realized, I mean, I'd been through years of psychoanalysis, and all I had done was really, I just invested so much reality in my neuroses, there wasn't a chance they were going to go away. Because the analyst thought my neuroses were real, because his were real. So we just kept reinforcing the reality of our identities. How could I be other than a patient? He was a doctor. There's only room for two of us in the room.